Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Special thank you to our sponsors, the Gillette Home team of Keller Williams and Laura Gillette. For all your real estate needs, go to teamgillette.com. And H&R Block of Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Kaiser. For more information on your tax preparation needs, call 541-928-6432.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
We made it live on The Experience with Russ and Scott. How's it going, Scott?
Hey, Russ. It's always good to see you, my best friend and business partner here on The Experience. And there you are running the show. And I thank you for all the work that you do, even from the front seat of your car. Well, and notice, everybody, he is safe. He's not driving. He is not wearing his belt, but that's okay. He's in the parking lot.
I am in the parking lot of Margin Coffee Roasters, ready to grab coffee and goodies to go to a meeting directly after this live.
That's
and
right.
So, so you know what? That's a beautiful thing about technology, Scott. Doesn't matter where we are, we can just take care of it. I have to thank my son not only for all the great music he does for our shows, but a couple years ago, well, now it's been about 3 years ago, he said, "Hey, I want to get this hotspot thing on we have a family phone, plan."
Mhm.
And he goes, "I want to get this hotspot thing because I need it for coffee shops and stuff." I said, "Okay, great, but you pay for it because I'll never use that. I will never use that." Famous last words, because now I use it all the time
Oh,
to
yeah.
do this
Mhm.
exact thing. So there you go.
Well, what have you
So,
what
hey,
have you
Scott,
got
what's
going
going
on?
on?
I know you're running right into you're hosting actually
Yes.
a networking event.
Yes, I'm hosting directly after this. I'm jumping from Albany, Oregon, then to Staten, Oregon,
Mhm.
to a wonderful group down there that I'm talking with. And we're going to be talking all about successfully transforming your business with 3 simple steps. But we're going to talk about number 1 mostly, and that is connecting to yourself and self-care, like we talked about earlier.
Mhm.
And people don't realize that if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people, right, Scott? And
Well, I tell
you
you,
are so
that
good at
is the
that.
deal. You have to be prepared uh, for those situations. And if you are not strong and ready and have the right mindset and physical ability, whatever it is, uh,
Right.
you'll be disappointed. So don't be disappointed.
Yes. Well, so what do you got going on this week, Scott?
Well, a big thing is that as I want to let everybody know, tomorrow and I was just checking the time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 7 on the East Coast. And some people get in jobs where they hate the job. They call it the golden handcuffs, and they don't feel like they can leave, but they hate every minute while they're there. You definitely don't want to get into the wrong job. Life is too short. to do that. So tomorrow on LinkedIn and Amazon Live and YouTube, I'm going to be talking with Michelle Walters and her book that is really helps us find the work that we love and really align your whole everything, spirit, what you do, where your passions are, and your income needs, of course, because we do have obligations. We do need to care for our families. So I encourage everybody, Amazon Live is a great place because we'll be able to chat right there. But of course, LinkedIn. So at my profile, LinkedIn, D. Scott Smith, you'll be able to see that 4 p.m. Michelle Walters. People don't want to miss that conversation.
Well, you always have amazing conversations, Scott, and that's one beautiful thing about this show. And I just want to remind everybody here, the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, we are here every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, here for you, bringing you amazing guests. And we talk about the experience of life. And today we have Nicole and Jonathan on. It's going to be an amazing discussion. And you buckle up and get ready because it goes quick. But you know what? We'll give you all the information so you can connect with them. There you go. I see that. Very nice.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
All right.
An alignment of
All
spirit,
right.
finding the work you love. We're going to have some great conversations with Nicole and Jonathan. So with that,
I'd say we should just jump on in. We
let's
always
do
go
it.
ladies first. So we're going to bring Nicole on this morning, get this party started. She's excited. Here we go. Good morning, Nicole.
There we go.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited. I see so many of my USA manufacturing friends in the chat. So hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. This is great.
I know it. You're bringing the party with you there, Nicole, for sure.
Yes, I'm happy to be here and talk to you guys. This is going to be a great conversation. So, yeah.
You and I had such a great conversation the first time we chatted, and I knew immediately, man, this person, not only is she going to be a friend for life, but I need to get her on immediately to the experience. So great to have you here. Give everybody a little snapshot about who is Nicole.
Ooh, who is Nicole? I am a small business champion. Love. I'm very passionate about helping small businesses grow. 4th generation entrepreneur. My father, grandfather, great grandfather were all owned successful small businesses. And I'm just super passionate about how small businesses build communities and lift families and all of that. So I love every day, all day. That's what I'm doing, is trying to help small businesses grow so they can do and continue to do great work for their communities. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
You know, that's where all the jobs come.
Mom, I've got 2 beautiful girls.
Nice.
My 12-year-old is 12 going on 21, and I have a 7-year-old, and they are absolutely the lights of my life. So yeah.
Nicole, I love that, because that's where the jobs come from. That's how people support their families. It's those small businesses. Yep. And being able to keep them active and going, especially through what's been going on these last number of years, where some businesses, they woke up in the morning and they found they were told, you're non-essential.
Yeah, well, what a message is that too, that you're non-essential. The thing that I love about you, Nicole, is how you just care for people. You want to help small businesses. You want to build community. And, I'm all about that. So that is why we clicked immediately. Tell everybody everybody a little bit more depth on how you go about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a HubSpot partner, and I provide fractional marketing support for small businesses. So basically what we'll do is we go in and we help them come up with a strategy. And we're working with companies that don't have an internal marketing team. So we basically they outsource their marketing team to us, to me and my team. And we come in there and we'll just put together a marketing strategy for them. And then we take it to the next level, and then we execute on that strategy. So whether that involves implementing HubSpot, redesigning their website, getting them involved with some digital advertising, it's all very unique to each customer, because every customer is so different and has very different needs in customers. So we really try to take a very consultative, very custom approach to each account that we work on. So yeah.
Right. And And that's one thing that I really love too, is that you're really taking into account each individual person and company, and you're really customizing what they really need. I think a lot of times nowadays, wouldn't you agree that people are quick to rubber stamp and just compartmentalize this little package that's good for everybody, supposedly?
Mhm.
And really, everybody's so different and people's needs are so different. I think people know you care more, and when you listen to them and you really take into account what they need before you start shoving stuff at them.
Absolutely. Yes, exactly. And also just really trying to understand their customers too. That's such a key part of it is whenever I go into a new engagement, we really want to understand what the needs, challenges are of the customers, because ultimately it's about serving the customers first. And that's what I really love about marketing. It's all about service. It's all about trying to find solutions, better solutions to customers' problems, and figuring out how to make their lives easier. And I just love being a part of that. It's really exciting for me. So yeah.
You know, it's such a smart thing for businesses to hire a professional marketing company, Nicole, like yours, because in many cases, small businesses, they assign any of the marketing that they do to somebody who it's not their job, it's not their passion, it's not their skill set, it's not their education. And so it gets really shorted on what could be done. And even large companies hire professional marketing firms. You know, we've often talked about, because we're here in the Northwest, Nike hired Wyden and Kennedy to come up with their marketing plan, right?
Yeah.
Just Do It it wasn't a Nike employee that created that, and yet everyone knows it. And so let businesses do what they do and hire a professional to let the world know what they do.
Absolutely. And there's so much value in having an outsider perspective too, to come in and kind of take a fresh approach to whatever the challenges that they may be experiencing. It's just always good to get that kind of outside perspective to help kind of transform and change your thinking, because marketing is a transformation, especially a lot of the organizations I'm going into, they've never invested in marketing before. They may not have a CRM in place, and so it's really starting from scratch. And so, it's really important that you have sometimes that outsider perspective as you're going through that process to really help them kind of change and shift and push them to go in new and exciting new directions. That's really going to help take them to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a fresh perspective. That is such a novel idea. I mean, we don't all know it all, right? We don't. Even those of us that have been doing marketing forever, we don't know everything. And sometimes we just need to have the conversation, talk with people, get some fresh ideas, brainstorm. And professionals like you, Nicole, do such a great job. And I mean, obviously, we know the amazing things you're doing currently. But I want to say, speaking of amazing things, we can bring Jonathan in, get this party started so we have everybody here. Welcome, Jonathan. He's ready to roll. Woohoo! Morning, Jonathan.
I'll say this. Mality, 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 mality. Right, that's the formalities out the way. Let's get on with the show.
Well, we're so glad to have you.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, you are a repeat guest, and it's because you had so much value. And when you and I have talked, I just appreciate what you're all about. Give everybody that doesn't already know you a snapshot of who is Jonathan.
Jonathan is a person that very much, by the sounds of things, has a similar brain to Nicole, in that I'm trying to change the world. And I'm doing it in such an audacious and massive scale that 100 people out of 100 people are going to throw me out of the room, laughing their heads off. And it doesn't make any difference to me, but Nicole, you know what the difference when people actually do marketing. And I'm talking about a thing that is going to double, triple company revenue. So it's very exciting. But Nicole, when you said about the outsider perspective, now obviously we've just met. And it's a bit of a personal question, but I might as well ask it. Are you dyslexic?
I am not dyslexic. As far as I
Okay.
know, I am not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I only found out I was recently,
Okay.
last 5 years. And as you're describing the way you go around these companies, in your head, you're picturing that.
Mhm.
And do you have metaphors to represent parts of a business?
That's a great question. Do I have metaphors? I mean, I do use, there is a metaphor that I use for, I use a Star Wars metaphor very often when
Okay.
I'm working with my customers that, a lot of times you as the company, you want to think of yourself as the hero, right? You're the hero to the customer. You're the one saving the day. But really, I try to shift that perspective and say, no, really, as the company, you're not the hero, you're the Yoda, right? Like, so you're the
Mm-hmm.
guide, you're the one that's supposed to help your customer on their journey, help them, save the galaxy, be Luke Skywalker's, help Luke Skywalker save the galaxy from the evil Darth Vader, right? So that's a metaphor that I use very often to just kind of help shift the perspective of my customer to say, hey, look, you're not the hero here. Your customer's the hero, you're the guide. And how can we position you and your organization as the guide, helping them to, solve their
That's
problems, all of that.
quite a significant mindset shift, though, isn't it?
It is. Yes, absolutely.
Well,
I hear a little story brand coming out there. Gotta love that. And Donald Miller is amazing. Just somebody that obviously I think you and I talked about before, Nicole.
Yeah.
Again, what we can learn from others is amazing. But Jonathan, back to you real quickly. So give everybody a little bit more depth about how you are changing the world.
okay. So education, high school, as you would call it, teaches subjects, and at the end of your period of schooling, you sit an exam, and you're grading that exam, then sends you off down a pathway where you lose thousands of dollars in debt for life. So I think that education system is pretty broken, and Potency.World. Go to the website. It is Potency.World. It's about taking girls from 11 to 18 and creating an environment, both neurologically, psychologically, physically, emotionally, ideal conditions, and then we're going to let these brains expand out with the hundreds of ideas that are in unconditioned brains. By the time you finish high school, you understand the world as it is now, or was then. Nothing we do teaches about how to. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I've never done it before. I'm asking for billions of dollars. So we'll see how it goes.
I love that
Well,
because just like Nicole was saying, she came from an entrepreneurial family. So she has examples. Most of us don't. And a lot of the education system, Jonathan and Nicole, doesn't really gear us up to really be independent. It's really, I'll just say it's a 19th century model that was really designed to allow us to plug into a system and march. And this sounds terrible, but march in lockstep with everybody else instead of finding those novel paths. And that's really what we need to solve. As I said, the world wasn't going to come out of the pandemic successfully because of a government program. It was going to come out because entrepreneurs saw opportunities to solve problems, and you have to break step to do that.
Yeah, that's so true. Nicole, you are, you're constantly being creative, helping people with new ideas. How do you help them break out of that lockstep mentality?
Oh, such a great question. It's just a lot of asking a lot of questions and trying to listen. And I think really, whenever I work with any of my clients, it's all about the collaboration. Because what you said earlier, Russ, was so important is that we don't know everything. And so like when I'm working with my clients, it's such a collaborative process. So we're not going in there and saying, this is what you need to do. We're having a conversation with them. We're asking them a lot of questions about, what their business goals are, what their challenges are, and just listening and listening. And then together we kind of come up with a good solution almost as a team that's going to make sense. So it's not just, us coming in and dictating this, what it needs to be. We're helping them by helping them get buy-in because they're part of that solution. They're coming up, it's them, buying into it and being a part of the solution themselves. So that makes it much easier for them to, adopt any big transformation that they're looking at because they've been part of it through the whole journey. And we're really looking to them and to help build that together, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you can't drag people along.
Mm-hmm.
You can drag a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? You have to get people to buy in. Yeah. One of my parents' favorite sayings. My mom used to always tell me that you can drag a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. If you don't get people to buy in with whatever's going on, it's not going to be successful.
Right.
Because they are not in the game, right? They're not all in. Jonathan?
Is that the phrase? Is
Go
that
ahead.
the phrase? Because I my dad said it was, you can lead a horse to drink, but you can't make him water. Jonathan?
Gosh.
Very good. Yeah. Especially at 7 a.m. It's 3 p.m. here. I'm impressed with that. That's good timing. So I was gonna pick up on the saying, which we're all pretty familiar with, and I'm thinking now that I actually listened to it, if you're strong enough to drag a horse to water, why would you have the horse in the first place? And I can assure you, if someone's thirsty, they're going to drink. So there'll be no dragging needed. But, it's a pointless statement. Sorry.
Oh, Jonathan, you're too funny. So, hey, listen, tell me really, Jonathan, about, how do you help get people out of this lockstep mindset, especially when you're trying to do something new and creative to change the world?
So I'm a dyslexic thinker, and that means I think very, very visually. Nicole, as you were recalling some of your conversations, you went to your auditory recall, so you're running the conversations in your mind rather than the pictures. What was the point I was making? Where were we?
Making people creative.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yes.
So I am, without being pretentious, a visionary, in that I look at things and I go, okay, well, that's the best you can do. Let me do 500 times better, or 1,000 times better, because it turns out that fluidity of conscious experience is such a huge advantage that people that speak to me typically find that what I say is reflective of their own truths. Because I've been listening to people for years as to where they think the problem is, and everyone has a sense that education is, like, in the States it's been monetized. It's just a system now for screwing people over, basically, and that that people don't know what they don't know, and I'm offering a solution which is what they don't yet know. So how do I convince them? I just am, and if they like the idea, then they agree with it, basically.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, that's the whole thing is influencing people in positive ways, and hopefully people will agree with what you're trying to do in life, especially if you're doing a good thing. And listen, we are already coming up against close to the bottom of the hour. I want to give you both plenty of time. So Nicole, we're going to bounce back to you, and we are going to let you give everybody what you really want them to remember about today and how they get in touch with you, because this time flies by so fast. We want people to be able to reach out to you and connect with you and do business or life with you. So Nicole, take it away.
Oh, that's so great. So I just think conversations and community in general is just such a huge, I'm just a huge fan of it. I'll just tell you, just in the last week, the conversations that I've had, what I've learned from the people that I've talked to, I just write down everything that I learned from these conversations that I'm having one-on-one and even here today. And it's just so amazing how much we can learn from each other. The more that we talk to each other, the more we communicate. And that's what I love to bring to my work and my business is community and conversation. And let's come up with a great solution together as a team that's going to work, that's going to help you get to the next level. And that's what makes me happy. That's what I love to do, is just to work together to find a better future for these wonderful small businesses. So yeah.
And then how do people get in touch with you?
Oh yeah. How do you get in touch with me? You can go to DonnellyMgroup.com. That's my website. And on LinkedIn, my LinkedIn profile is Nicole-Donnelly-DMG. So I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. It would be great. We can have a one-on-one together. I'd love to learn more about what you're doing and how we might be able to partner and support each other. So yeah.
Incredible. Awesome. Well, listen, I encourage everybody, get in touch with Nicole. Jonathan, you're up next.
Thank you. So basically, people, if they want to reach me, if they go to the website, Potency.World, have a look through that website and see if the idea that's being conveyed is something that you can sign up to. And if you feel that, then there's the advocate tab across the top, talking about the business and social needs that are well documented. And if you read those and they resonate with you, then sign up as a person, as a business, to be an advocate, because creating social change does require numbers. And I'm always enthused by Greta when I think about her, because she sat on her own outside that school in the cold for, I think it was 6 months before someone joined her. So it's and then look at her now. So it can be a slow burner, but the more people that sign up to support, the better.
Awesome. That is so great. Well, listen, you know what? Scott and I both appreciate you both so much for coming on today. And we're going to continue this conversation and community as the two of you part of our community. We appreciate all that you're doing. And I want to encourage everybody again, reach out to Jonathan, reach out to Nicole, connect with them. All of their information is clickable in the comments, in the show notes. Easy peasy to get in touch with them. So do it today. And thank you both for being here. Hang tight. We're going to send you to the green room real quick, and we'll be right to you.
Thanks, everyone.
Great to see you guys.
Wow, that's what goes by so fast every week. It's amazing.
Such great inspiration too. I just love these comments. There really is no limit to what can be accomplished when we network the supercomputers between our ears. And we really witnessed that today. Look at these interactions that were going on. Just fabulous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. It's amazing. And, I am so thankful. The experience of life is so vast, and so many amazing people like Nicole and Jonathan that are doing incredible things. And the conversations we get to have, like Nicole said, her passion for building community and helping people. And, I just love the fact we get to bounce all over the world and talk to people everywhere. I was in China yesterday afternoon talking with somebody, and then bounced down to California. It's amazing how you can do that so quickly nowadays. And so, so it's incredible. But hey, I just want to remind everybody, don't forget, we're here at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time every Wednesday on the Experience Live with Russ and Scott. Before that, we are on Instagram at 6:30 a.m. on the Experience Backstage with our friend Shree out of Houston, Texas. And then after this at 10:30 a.m., we are on the Experience Live Mastermind, talking all about live streaming. So we'd love to have you part of that.
Yeah, that is a paid mastermind group. And one of the things that we're really focusing on is monetization. And, we have talked about this in the group before, but so many people are doing live streams. and trying to figure out how do they actually make money on this. And
Right.
so this is an important conversation.
So today is a good day to jump in. Go to russhedge.com or dscottsmith.com for more information. On my page, you can go directly to the mastermind and you can sign up and you can jump on in today, or you can just reach out to us for more information. We'd love to help you out with that. And so I think, Scott, we have a million other things going on, but I think that's a wrap for today.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure that you take care of the folks at the live event, and then you're talking later on today and tomorrow. Remember, alignment of spirit, finding work you love with Michelle Walters at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's all about getting into work that you love. So make sure to tune into that and share with folks that have been complaining about their job. Life is too short. Don't do it.
It is. You need to love what you do so you can say.
Oh, right. We didn't miss Kermie this week.
And with that, thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate you. Have a great day and a great life. And until we see you again, enjoy
the experience.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.